Yes?
Should I talk very quietly?
No, well, it's got good. Bruce, thanks very much for coming in today.
No problem, Roddy.
We're doing the Banacus thing between two ferns. These are native New Zealand Aotearoa plants.
Is it a native bed?
I thought about moving them, but I just wanted to keep continuity. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Including being silent. But it means that I'm just going to interject all the way through it. Now, you're visitor number 23 and I'm visitor number 19.
Yes.
Yes, good. Very hard to have an interview with just yes and no questions.
Exactly. I'm like making your job easy for you, Roddy.
Okay.
It's a test of intelligence, right?
Tell me about what's happened with Councillor Bell.
Councillor Adrian Bell has defamed me by making allegations that a government authority had acted against me due to my breaching of rules and regulations, which is quite a nasty aspersion, and it's actually quite a damaging thing because my reputation is based on, on my adherence to rules and regulations. And actually, for example, I am the guy who has made the safety video for CAA, which has been seen 1,000 times, telling people how to safely use their drones. Now, CAA's own video, last time I checked, it's seen a couple hundred times. So I'm the face of safety, and for someone to cast an aspersion like that is indeed a very serious thing, And it's not that she did it out of ignorance, because I had previously corrected her on that statement. So she did it knowing that she wasn't telling a lie, and that's unreasonable. You can't do that.
Hey, Bruce, hey, Roddy.
How's it going, mate?
G'day, Bill.
Good.
Now, I've been out at the airfield and Mr. Glustema has been out there as a councillor. And
As Mr. Meacham has to.
And Mr. Meacham has too. Who are the other candidates that you...
Amy,
those are candidates, but actually sitting councillors.
Yeah. I've spoken with Bill Meacham, Maren Gilson has come out, and that's it. I think of all the councillors, those are the
What about the staff? Has Craig been out?
Craig Hobbs first came, I invited him out when he first came to the district, and that's when he told me he did it for the social media. It was very important.
Okay.
He's a man living in the 1990s.
So what I'm trying to get at though, because obviously Councillor Bell has said things and she actually hasn't been on the ground. So
no, she's unaware. She's working on hearsay, and she first made this statement in a meeting of the council when I made a submission regarding the airfield. She stood up and told the council that she basically implied that I had been censured by the Civil Aviation Authority for my actions, which was untrue, and I corrected her at that stage. So she knows that what she said was untrue. So for her to repeat this on Facebook as a fact is a simple act of defamation.
But the thing is, I've watched in council meetings her sway the whole group to her way of thinking through caution, right? Mm-hmm. So if someone says something like that, it's like a snail, the little pins come back in. So I've actually watched her completely rule on stuff that's happening at the airport with these allegations actually in full council. So, and from my perspective, it's being repeated, and she's recidivistic within council on this. So over the last 18 months, for some reason, she keeps going on. She's never been corrected. No one seems to correct her.
Well, for some reason, Ms. Bell seems to have a dislike of me. That's all right. I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I'm just looking for someone to do their job. But unfortunately, her attitude and her willingness to stray from the truth in this matter, it may have affected council's decisions in some instances. So I have asked her to please deliver the evidence to back up her claims that I was censured by the Civil Aviation Authority in the form of a court ruling or a statement by Civil Aviation, or to apologise, not to me, because I've got a tough skin, but to apologise to all the people that she has disadvantaged and offended by lying to about me. I mean, that's every ratepayer and every resident in the district. Effectively, she has lied to them in respect to herself. Now, if she cannot be trusted to tell the truth over something like this, how can we trust her to ethically, morally and honestly deal with the issues that go before council? If she believes that her personal opinion of someone is more important than the benefit of the greater interest of the community.
Well, watching her speak into council, from my perspective, she's picked it up as hearsay over coffee and lunches. She's getting it from other councillors, you understand? And she's only then bringing it up in the meeting, or from other staff members. So it's a person that's bringing stuff into the meeting that others, for the legal reasons, aren't saying. So in a sense, I think she's been primed into that.
She may have been primed, but as a councillor, she has a responsibility to fact check. As just anyone, she has a responsibility to make sure that if she's making accusations or allegations, because that's why we have defamation laws. If someone goes out and makes false claims or false derisory statements about somebody, then there are laws in place to punish them, because it's not something that's acceptable by the standards of our society. And I'm sorry, but Ms. Bell has breached those standards quite badly, and as such, I don't think she's a fit person for council.
That being said, how is it going to affect the whole international model park if there's a falling out between a councillor and the major proponent of this? Because from my perspective, looking back on it, it's a storm in a teacup. There seems to be a personality issue and a legal issue which is correctly needs to be resolved. But I just want to see the international model park come to fruition.
Well, I think we all want to see that. The problem is that she's poisoning the environment through her statements, which makes it difficult for councillors, other councillors, to make a sensible decision.
But just on that, I was at a meeting and in the documents there's no mention of the discussion. So why do council documents whitewash?
The whole issue of the airfield has been very carefully managed, I believe, by council staff. Okay. I mean, council staff have managed this. Council staff draw up the limits. Didn't they? So if there's an omission, it's down to council staff.
Okay.
And I have had council staff were provided a report on delisting the airfield. And I went through that report and dismantled it. There were so many things that were outright wrong, absolutely wrong, and other things that were totally irrelevant. So it's relevant. It misled council on the decision to make. And I think that's unreasonable. I think the problem we have with the local government situation is that councillors have no authority over staff. The only person who has authority over staff is the CEO.
That's right.
So all things must go through the CEO. So if you have a CEO who doesn't do his job properly, and I'm not saying that our one doesn't, but if the CEO is not willing to censure his staff and acknowledge the staff and ask for high standards, then you get a situation like we have here, where staff can massively make the same mistakes over and over again. Staff can use their own personal agendas to influence council decisions because council is reliant on the information fed into them. And if the council staff feed misinformation, then the wrong decisions are made.
I heard just when I came in to get my little badge today, that when I was at the front counter, that the communications officer will be working from home today. Was this last
I just saw her.
You just what?
I just saw her pass.
Okay, then
Yeah, but I mean, again, I found it very difficult to understand on council webpage this morning because last council meeting started at 9 o'clock. And the people who were invited to attend, they arrived at 10 because it was advertised on the council's webpage as being at 10 o'clock. But it actually started at 9, so understandably the guests were in late, as was I, because I read the webpage as well. So the webpage was filled again with disinformation. Now, this morning I went to the webpage and it said council meetings start at 10 o'clock, except the only exception is when there is a risk and audit report. Well, there's a risk and audit report today, so I came at 9 o'clock expecting that to be an exception, but no, it doesn't start till 10. So are they deliberately obfuscating the times of the meetings and so forth? Again, the council staff. Communications, it is a joke, there is no communications. It is, but remember, this is the council whose CEO told me to my face that social media is important. So that if they're living in the 90s, they dismiss the importance of the internet.
at a candidates meeting, I said to them, there's 100 in the room, but my videos are going out to 22,000 in the district, and the audience accepted that it was important to have photos and videos. I think the council needs to accept that. What happens in this meeting with the video camera being there is going out to 22,000 or greater, potentially, I know. And so that's the penny that hasn't dropped, and I think that there's a lot of culture around sequence scroll. We're in our own little bubble.
I think you only have to look at the age demographic of council to see that most of these people are in their retirement age. And of course, they're perhaps not necessarily up with modern technology. If you look at the community, the cross-section is a lot more young people. The council doesn't have a cross-section representation of the community they serve. So naturally there's going to be a disconnect. The old people are reluctant to change. They like the comfort of status quo. Young people like change. Young people need change. They need opportunity, innovation, foresight. And you're not getting that from a bunch of very old councillors. That's not happening with this election. We're going to get some really good young blood in there. The two youngest candidates, I think they should get in because they will bring a new enthusiasm to the whole issue.
So one of those is Joshua Smith-Holly, and who's the other one?
Amy, is it Bullard? I'm not very good with foreign names.
Bullard.
Yeah, I mean, she's come out twice to the airfield to look at the issue that I've raised.
And Josh has been out.
Josh has been out once. Now this shows how connected they are, how much they realise the potential of something like this. Other candidates, I have had Vivian email us some very good questions, and that was points to her. And I think Mr. Smout contacted me, but just basically to acknowledge the receipt of the thing. But I've been underwhelmed by the response of incumbents and candidates in respect to the opportunities for this council. That's why it's the youngest candidates that are the most active, and that's what we need active council, not council that just rubber stamps whatever the stuff before.
Well, thanks for the interview, Bruce. We're going to get on to the substantive stuff now. Is there any final things you want to say?
Nuclear unborn baby but gay Jack. Nuclear unborn baby but gay rose to Jesus. I think that covers it.
Thank you very much. And that's 10 minutes.